You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about Caitlin Clark maybe getting a lifeline to getting onto Team USA, getting into the Olympics. And this could be very interesting indeed. I think many people believe she got shafted. Now, as the season has progressed and she has continued to mount and mount and mount statistics, got a triple-double, the first one as a WNBA rookie ever in the history of the league. Set another record just a couple of days later where she went for 25, 13, 5, 5. I mean, a ridiculous stat line. It was a stat line that had never been seen in the WNBA ever and hadn't been seen in the NBA since 73, 74. Well, there's been a lot of banging of the drum, as you guys know, for Caitlin Clark to make Team USA. Now, I believe it's still going to be hard for her to make it. Why? Because Cheryl Reeve, who is a known, let's just say, detractor, all right, of Caitlin Clark, she's not a fan, and she's not a fan of the attention that Caitlin Clark has gotten in this league. We know from some of the things she said on Twitter right before the season started. Well, that's going to make it hard for her to get into this game. But there is an opportunity, and it officially makes all the sense in the world. And if I am NBC, if I'm the people that's broadcasting these games, if I've paid for Olympic Games to be broadcast across my networks, NBC Sports, USA, Peacock, etc., I am on the phone to Team USA Basketball, and I am telling them, all right, Diana Taurasi is hurt. The dinosaur is hurt. You've got an opportunity to put Caitlin into these games. They play basically the same position. This is statistics so far. 16.7 points, 5.9 rebounds, 7.6 assists. By the way, that's better than every one of the categories that Taurasi's in right now. All right? Better in points, better in rebounds, better in assists. Caitlin Clark's got the advantage. There is no reason now for Caitlin Clark not to be on Team USA. This is the lifeline right here. Caitlin Clark may be in with a chance of going to the Olympic Games after all, as one of Team USA's key players continues to struggle with an injury problem. Caitlin Clark, the number one pick in the WNBA draft, was controversially left out of Cheryl Reeve's primary roster for this summer's games in Paris, despite her record-breaking college success and her strong start to life in the big leagues with Indiana. The 22-year-old was instead named an alternate, meaning she is one of the first in line should a Team USA player have to withdraw from the roster. And with Diana Taurasi currently battling a leg injury, by the way, the Indiana Fever take on the Phoenix Mercury tonight, folks. 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Taurasi is not playing in that game, is my understanding. The door could be left open for Clark to receive a shock late call-up to the Olympic squad. The six-time Olympia and Phoenix Mercury guard Taurasi, one of Reeve's most important players heading into the games this summer, has missed her team's last 4 WNBA games with an issue. That would be a bad look to miss your actual team's games and then take off and go play in the Olympics. That wouldn't be a great look at all for Diana Taurasi. This is why we said Taurasi shouldn't have been on this team anyway. She's a dinosaur. I mean, she's 42 years old, and here she is hurt. The body is starting to break down. Put Caitlin Clark in the Olympics. She is also unavailable for the Mercury's game against the Fever and Clark on Friday, meaning her chances of making it to Paris are in doubt. Given that she operates in the same position, Clark would be the most obvious replacement for Taurasi should she lose her race against time to be fit. If Taurasi does not play and Caitlin Clark is not named to this team, the world is going to explode. There was massive backlash for a full week after these rosters came out and Clark was not on it, this is the opportunity, the lifeline for Team USA to get her on this team. Given she operates the same position, okay, I just read that. Reeves sparked outrage by leaving the Fever sensation out of the Olympic roster this summer, with Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy, he nailed him, branding USA officials behind the decision dumb women. Hey, dummies, Portnoy raged on video on social media. For the first time in history of basketball, you have arguably the player who is the most popular player in the world. You can argue Caitlin Clark is the most popular, most puts asses in seats, single basketball player in the world. You can argue that, and you left her off the Olympics team. Clark brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball in her college days with Iowa, is bringing new eyeballs to the sport in the WNBA. It goes on to talk about everything that has happened, everything that she's brought on. Of course, she's got a rivalry with Taurasi, so that would be very interesting to see her fill that slot of somebody that she's had this rivalry with. Remember, Taurasi said, there's going to be this big adjustment. It's going to be a reality check. Well, it was a reality check. It sure was for Diana Taurasi when Caitlin Clark put up the triple-double and whipped them on a Sunday afternoon in front of everybody. Yeah, and put them in a big fat L in the loss column. By the way, the Mercury, they got wins over the Fever's got wins over the Mercury, the Liberty. That's when you always got to look at coaching, and I brought up Christy Sides. You always have to question it when they can beat really good teams and then lose to the Mystics like they did. That's a subject for another video for another day. And, of course, I will do a reaction video in the morning regardless of what happens tonight, win, lose, or draw, right? So this is the lifeline. This is what Team USA's been waiting for. Will they get it right? We got to remember, you've got a group of women that chose to leave her off the roster. One of them works for the Connecticut Sun. All right, they're involved with the WNBA. If I'm Adam Silver, who voiced his frustration with Caitlin Clark not being on the team, you had a member of the Olympic Committee come out. He's over the 2028 games. He's involved in that. He come out and called it a missed opportunity. They now have a lifeline. All right, they can call Caitlin Clark out of the bullpen, bring her up, and put her on this team. If I am NBC, if I am the executives, I am making that phone call straight to that committee and saying, Diana Taurasi is no longer on this team. You put Caitlin Clark on this roster. We want her on the television screen. She's the biggest draw in sports right now. Put her in. We've paid a lot of money. And by the way, they haven't been paid back very well with ratings the last couple of Olympics. This would be a big one. I argue it would be the biggest ratings in the entire Olympics of any event. Would be Caitlin Clark in the starting five for Team USA. Not to mention, can you imagine Caitlin Clark jersey sales? A Team USA jersey? Good God, they would explode. They'd be everywhere. Tell me what you think. This is it. Caitlin Clark may have a very good shot of making the Olympics. I thought it wouldn't hurt her to get some rest, but this is a big opportunity. Her on a podium with gold. Wow. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.